Just take it. Ain't trying to get away from it. Just lay down and take it. How many do it? Some people got that type of mentality. Devil got me to lay down and take it. They didn't lay down and take it. No desperation to get away from that. You know you got in trouble, but you just lay down and take it. You know you got caught up, but you just lay down and take it. Just lay down in the sin and take it. Whatever punishment you get, it don't matter. My wife says she don't even know how to take punishment. She just lay down and take it. That's what some people do. They lay down and take it. I know I'm all messed up. Just lay down and take it. But this woman said in her mind, if I can just touch him, I'll be made whole. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There's two problems for her. On her perspective, there are two problems. Number one, the crowd. It was hard for her to get to him because the crowd was in the way. Now that's a correctable thing, because you can start pushing your way through the crowd. You can start moving people out of the way trying to get to your objective. But she was considered to be unclean and unwelcome in society. So society isolated her. And there are some things that you can go through that society will shun you. They will isolate you. They will talk about you. They will talk about your family. And they will isolate you. You don't want to go to the store. You want to avoid people. But that's a setup for God to move. Yes. So everything, since she was unclean, everything she touched was unclean. She got near people, and if she touched them, they were ceremoniously unclean by the Mosaic law. And now the one who exemplifies this law, the one who all the shadows of this law explain, she's trying to touch him. So everyone who touched her was ceremoniously unclean. So she would have to be shunned by everybody, even her family. This 12-year-long affliction had destroyed the whole family. And the enemy, he wants to destroy the whole family. He wants to cripple the family until it cannot function. And so it functions in dysfunction. And the people in the family, they begin to get used to not talking to one another. Begin to get used with not explaining things to each other. Getting used to not saying, I love you. Getting used to blaming each other for things that go on. Getting used to the problem. And she is isolated. She done spent all her money. She can't go talk to her husband. Matter of fact, her husband divorced her. Come on. Yeah. He had a claim. He divorced her because she was ceremoniously unclean. He didn't want to wait for her. He divorced her. He got rid of her. And now she has nobody. And it took her 12 long years. Let me throw another thing at you. That the condition started years before Jesus ever went into ministry. So sometimes things will happen to you and you will have to endure until the answer is presented to you. And when the answer comes, you got to step over into it or you will be doomed because you let him pass by. Come on. Oh, this started before Jesus. This started 12 years ago. He hadn't been in ministry but a couple of years, and here she is, had suffered. He was in his 20s when she started suffering. She suffered. She lost everything. And now she is a desperate woman. she had been banned from the synagogue. She had been banned from making atonement. She had been banned from making trespass and sin offering because she was unclean. She couldn't go to church like everybody else because she was unclean. And see, that's the devil isolating his people. That's why some people will get themselves in a mess and stay at home. And then they'll blame the church folks. But it had nothing to do with Jesus. Because Jesus said, come ye, all that are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. She came up. She didn't have normal circumstances. And I wish that I could present to you a woman who had normal circumstances. You're going to have some extraordinary problems every once in a while that will plague you and will not go away. This is not the run-of-the-mill woman who had it all together. But she came to church and she didn't have nothing together. This is the type of woman that you will see in a service that will begin to cry from the moment the service opens. She will come to the altar. She will move you out of the way, trying to get to Jesus. You will call this woman crazy. You will call her out of order. But God is looking at her. He's looking at how she is after him. Psalms 42:1 says, as the hart panteth after the water brook, so panteth I after thee, O Lord. You've got to get up and go after Jesus and talk about and scandalize her name. I don't know if you've ever been through name scandalizing. They didn't blame you for what happened. They said it was your fault. But Jesus ain't looking at that. And then she got it. I got to go on now. I feel like preaching. And then she began to move through the crowd. You unclean. You unclean. You move out the way. Unclean. But when you got to God, when you got to my Lord Jesus, and she began to get close. Everybody, you remember now by law, everybody she touched was unclean. You unclean. I got to get to it. I'm going to break the social taboo. And I come through the crowd. She was supposed to say, when she came up near people, I'm unclean. She's supposed to get it out. I'm unclean. But she didn't say a word. She came through the crowd. And then when she got to the hem of his garment, it let us know that this was dragging behind him. This long cloak robe. And she came up. She leaned down. And she touched the hem of his garment. And when she touched the hem of his garment, the virtue that was in him touched the uncleanness in her. And it cleaned her up. And she started feeling energy. I never felt like this before. I feel like running on. And he stopped. Somebody to touch me. Somebody has accessed me. Oh, and somebody. something go out of me. I felt a desperate person. I felt a desperate housewife going through. I felt 12 years of pain. I felt 12 years of separation. If anybody